the F word is. But who doesn't know what the F word is, bro?
For him, it doesn't mean anything.
So what up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Luke, and I'm joined by
Joris.
So yes, guys, I came through.
Yeah.
We're working on. I came through, and we're working on something. So you guys should watch out for a nice music project.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here today. And yeah, so I thought, well, why not do a reaction? You know, because I came across some stupid, funny thing on Facebook. Then I'm like, come on, we can do a reaction, fast reaction. So that's why we're here. And yeah, let's get into it.
65 to 68.
65 to 68.
Yes, sir.
Alors,
l'arrière son de cette femme aujourd'hui vraiment très
The
limitée.
paper is with her.
Depuis que la reine Elisabeth a eu
Bring it.
ce document,
And this thing is, this family would have been the billionaires. All of you. I'm not seen in Nigeria. What are you doing here? What are you fucking? Who fucking you doing here? That's how you fucking. What
Forensic.
fucking you doing?
What?
help your children.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Nana wants to say, oh,
Yo! No. No.
Ah, man. What do you say after hearing that?
I think maybe he got excited, bro. You know, anointing.
Bro, what anointing is this? I like the title of the video. Just when you think you've read it all.
What the fuck are you doing here, man? You're not supposed to be in Nigeria, man. Oh my god. Is he a motivational speaker?
Bro, he's a pastor.
Are you for real, bro?
Bro, he's a pastor. He's a pastor. You know what? I just find it ridiculous. I think this is where your personal life, you know, your private life begins to leak in public. It's like leaking slowly.
I think he got into the emotion way, but you know what? It's my life now. It's my everyday.
You see, that's I don't know. I felt like to everything, you know, there's a way in which you carry yourself that I mean, off the pulpit and on the pulpit, there's a way in which you carry yourself that should correlate in one way or another. And you won't find such nonsense, because this somehow indicates something in some way.
Because for me, honestly, like I told you, I've always told you, but I always have problems with our pastors. I know it's maybe it's now personal, but yeah, I always have problems with these guys, because at the end of the day, they don't take the work of God seriously, man. They literally do not. I mean, you're a man of God, and okay, maybe we can forgive you and say, okay, it's a slip of the tongue and everything, but come on, really, bro.
But what slip of the tongue? That it's close to home like this.
It also shows.
It's like it's close to home like this. Of other words, you can say, what are you doing here by mercy of God?
It also shows maybe this is common in his house. He uses this.
Yeah, I mean, how can it be like closer to your mouth like that? So,
I don't know.
Is it not like the Kirk Franklin also, the video? It's the same as the Kirk Franklin
Yeah, but
video.
maybe the Kirk Franklin was a bit too much, and he tried to hide his. Although at the end of the day, it didn't work out.
But this
But
guy,
with him, it's like, I'm free. I can just say it. Fuck. I can just say it. Yeah. So for him, it's like, I don't care. I don't mind.
yes.
You never
But
know.
we know what the F word is. But who doesn't know what the F word is, bro?
For him, it doesn't mean anything. Maybe that's what he's trying to say. For him, it doesn't mean anything.
We know what the F word means and what it implies when you say the F word.
Bro,
So I you know, when I watched this video, I laughed because I'm like, come on, this just shows.
When he started, probably I thought that maybe it was going to be another prophecy thing, what, but when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I didn't know it was going to go this far. Yo, but nah, man.
Like, I don't even know what to say. my conclusion is just, this was closer to home than we think.
Could be, but I'll also, for me, I'm looking at it the perspective to say, because many will say, nah, man, this guy is spiritual. So to him, the F word doesn't really mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? So they can say bastard, it does not mean anything to him because it's beyond.
Beyond the spiritual. It's beyond the spiritual.
It's no longer with us.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
amazing.
So these words don't really mean a thing to him. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have a congregation, right? And people listen to you. And according to them, he is a perfect figure of holiness.
Somehow and somewhere, yes?
Somehow. Anyone who is under any man of God
acknowledges them as an authority.
As an authority and the closest to Christ.
As someone to admire.
The closest to Christ and someone to admire. And then at the end of the day, that's why when they do something, they have tendencies of like, no. It's holy. We can't get the picture. We don't understand what God is trying to say. But God way. There's no God there. Let's be realistic. Because at the end of the day, you are the mouthpiece of God.
Oh, so the claim.
Right? You are the mouthpiece of God. And whatever you say what God says.
So in this case, is that what God said?
No. Okay, look, what I'm saying is, when you say you are a man of God, right? When you're a servant of God, you are more or less a messenger.
Of course, yes.
Guys, you guys are free to comment in the comment section. Tell us what you think, right? But for me, what I'm saying is, when you say you're a man of God, you speak for God.
On behalf of God.
So you're more or less like a messenger. You are the postman.
Okay.
So if God has something for Patrick, he'll be like, okay, this is a message that I have for Patrick, please deliver it for him. That's their job. Okay. If the delivery comes with a gift, that's probably a blessing. Right? Now, most of the time you see things get changed. When I come with a blessing, I tend to take the glory. Right? And then you're like, oh, man of God. Now you tend to make this man of God the holiest of holy. You put them in the place of God because of the gift that came from God.
Because of their gift.
Because of the gift that came from God. Right? That gift was just a message from God to you. I'm just that shipment. I'm the Uber guy. I'm just delivering to you.
That means what he said was what God said in that very moment.
Because the people were celebrating. Yay! So maybe God was involved. Maybe God was involved.
But God forbid. Bro, you know, what I see about this is, I think where we've gotten, right, overall, and why I'm reacting to this video is because I think we've gotten to a point where, I mean, it's human tendency, right, to acknowledge.
But just to cut you short, Denny, I know you say it's human tendencies. Yes. But if you work for God, you need to kill your human tendencies. Because God cannot, okay, you can say, okay, God uses imperfect people. He uses vessels that are not perfect.
That's where I wanted to go, yes.
He uses vessels that are not perfect. But the main fact that he took you, he sees potential for perfection. Okay, he sees potential for perfection. Let's look at David, King David. He was never perfect. But in his growth with God, his relationship with God, that built his perfection. Look at Moses, a typical murderer, right? Grew up persecuting his own people. But God took him, either ways, he saw room for perfection. So if God takes you and says he wants to use you, by now, you should be way beyond this. You get what I'm saying? But you can't still be saying this.
How do we also know that he's really doing God's work?
Bro, the fruits are there. The fruits are there. Already, by the fruits of what he has said, we already can say, I wish God is this one. No. Nah, bro, I don't agree. So for me, what I would say, to be honest, we can't always be like, oh no, it's slip of tongue. Oh no, I just made a mistake. It's fine. But how long are we going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again?
That's the thing.
And the problem I have for me is, take responsibility, man. Take responsibility for your actions. You made a mistake, own up to it. You say, hey, look, for me, I don't care how much a man of God falls. I don't really care how much he goes off. For me, what will still maintain his authenticness is the fact that he comes out in the open and he's like, hey guys,
I messed up.
I messed up. I did this, I did that, I made a mistake. I'm owning up to that. And to even go as far as saying, you know what, I'm gonna back up from this for a while.
I mean, it should be required for every leader.
Yeah, to say like, you know what, I'm even backing up from this for a while. I wanna go, what happened? I wanna know what happened. I wanna go back and do some soul searching. There's nothing wrong with, for us, we see the authenticness in you. But if you're coming to say, oh no, it's the devil. Oh no, God, no, we can't
I think
we can't keep doing
also
that.
why I
Doing
found this quite funny is because of it's
your mistake, man.
not only that, it's because of how to some extent over time, more especially when it comes to spirituality, people tend to associate their leaders with like the ultimate power and force, because the leaders have stated that, you know, they are connected to God. They are the medium that by which the gods or some invisible force out there uses.
And you know, that's crazy.
And so I found it funny to say, oh, wow, the leader can also use these words because by their follower's statement, the leader is perfect.
Well,
and that's not perfection actually, according to what they stand on. So that's why I laughed.
What can I say? Man, that's why you see there's a very big gap from what was and what is now. There's a very big gap. Speaking to a colleague of mine from oh God, I'm speaking to a colleague from mine from work, the HOD. So he was telling me, you know, we're speaking about church and stuff like that. It's like, he told me like personally, like, I mean personally, I don't like church. And the fact that they eat our money, I don't like it. You know, it came to a point whereby they would give us a list of the things the pastor need. Like, and he will state, ne? He needs cheese, bacon, brown bread. So he will state all. So now he was like, we are buying all of this thing for the pastor. And me, I know at home I don't eat. Guys, I'm not going to. And it hurts, bro.
I think, don't you think, at some point you need to think for yourself and say, come on, man.
Like, we need to buy bacon for the pastor, and at that time you have not even tasted bacon in your life. No? we need to buy bacon for the pastor, Russian, Vienna, all of these things. So I was asking him, I'm like, no, maybe the pastor is fully dedicated in the work of God. So he doesn't have time for these materialistic things, you know. So he needs to, at the same time, also survive. So that's why maybe, you know, the church needs to provide and stuff like that. But then
wait, the work of God. Wait, I didn't get you there right.
Maybe it's too focused.
I was agreeing. No, wait. He's not materialistic.
He's not materialistic.
He's beyond.
It's beyond. So
the need of human beings.
It's focused on the work of God. So he doesn't have time to be hustling and stuff like that. So that's what I was trying to portray. I'm like, no, maybe he doesn't have time for hustle, whatever, pay rent. Let me focus on the work of God. Man. So you guys do that for him.
But wait, if you're beyond, why are you asking us for material things?
No, he needs to survive also. He's in the flesh. He's also human. He needs to live. And that's why I was like, if you are not into all these things, why are you, as a man of God, why are you requesting what you want to eat?
That's what I was saying.
Why not fast? Go 40. You can do it. It's your calling. Go 40. Better yet, eat bread and bread and sugar water to show that this is not for me. Or better yet, be like John the Baptist. Go in the bush, eat locust and honey. Why are you telling us what you need? And even specifying to us what type of cheese you want. It must be mozzarella. Mozzarella, not Swiss. Mozzarella cheese, bacon.
You know what?
It's ridiculous.
I think ridiculous. That's why. That's why you know what? I question a lot of these church authority, church pastors. In fact, I question the whole church idea. Like, you see the whole church idea, I question it. Who came up with it? Why are we doing this in the first place?
That's why I said in the first place, I'm like, there's a huge gap between what was and what is now. If you look at church back then, bro, church wasn't the way it is right now.
To
It
some
wasn't.
extent, yes.
It wasn't, bro. It was something totally different. And we don't come there to say, okay, we are there. This is one voice. If this voice says you're stupid, it's the truth, you are stupid. If this voice says you're a Satan, it's true, you're a Satan. No two ways about it.
You see, oh yes, that's another.
This word, if this word says, leave this, follow this, you leave. Even if it's your life, leave it and follow this.
I think that's another point.
That's why I see many people are bitter right now, because of the fact that they had chances to really be successful, but then probably they were told, leave this, do that. And now they are busy hand to mouth. And now they can't come out and say, yo, me, I'm not happy with this because of 1, 2, 3.
But whose fault is it? Because you, as a person who's disappointed or hurt, you decided to make your man of God, your medium to God, your connection to the knowledge of whatever, the objective truth.
Yeah.
So it's whose fault it is?
Look, at the end of the day, who says yes and no?
It's you as an individual.
So why are you blaming me?
Yeah, you can't
You
blame
can't blame me. If you want to be bitter at yourself.
Yeah,
Me, I told you this. If you want to do it, do it. If you want to do it, don't do it. It's you.
But then again, that's when it comes in the pressure.
Pressure.
Because, okay, let's take it back.
for what?
Let's take it back to the video. Let's take it back to the video. The pastor said F,
Yeah.
FF,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And everyone heard, then there's that one who's in the back who's questioning. After church, he's in a group full of brothers who believe in the man of God. Then he's like, but guys, I don't think what our pastor did today was...
You what I'm saying? It's the anointing.
It goes back to what I'm saying, group.
I get you, bro.
You see,
I get
group.
You.
I think when we fall into groupthink, we tend to somehow objectify.
But it also shows how shallow you are as a spiritual person. It also shows how shallow.
No, but bro, groupthink, pressure.
Bro, you know,